you talk about the age, how long this lasted for me. It was literally from the age of a teenager when, as soon as I hit puberty, I suddenly started to struggle, and I then started turning to the junk food. Then it became the alcohol a bit later on. But I didn't solve this problem until I was 32. But it got to the point where I was in victim mode. I was in victim mentality, and I kept on blaming, oh, it was my mum and dad's fault for getting divorced. Oh, it was this, it was that. My sister's done that, and now I'm feeling bad again. And it's easy for us to think like that. It's so easy because it takes the blame away from ourselves, doesn't it? And I only learned to get out of this victim mindset. It was actually like you say about mentors, how one of us can go this way and one of us can go that way just because we've got a good mentor. It was The Fear Bubble by Ant Middleton, but he was someone that he'd been in, when he came out of the SBS. He went to prison. He came out of prison with nothing to his name, and he'd gone on to get his own television show. So it got to a point before I picked up that book, I was in a real bad place. I was like 20 stone over in weight, really obese. I had liver damage from the alcohol. I had high cholesterol from the obesity. I was having kind of these heart pains every time I had a hot shower. So I was in a bad place, and with that, I was really negative. And then at that point in my life, my dad, who I loved more than anyone in the world, we were so close. I lived with him when I was 11 years old, moved in with him when I was 11. So it was just me and him throughout. My mum was there and she was loving, and my sister was there. But yeah, I was with my dad, and we were like really close. He was then diagnosed with, I think in America you called it ALS.
Yeah.
In the UK, we called it motor neurone disease, MND, and it's a muscle deterioration. And he got given 2 years to live. Just 2 months later, from realizing my dad was going to, mentally decline, I was now told instead of him having 8 years to live, he was now going to have 2 years to live with this motor neurone disease. And he did die 2 years to the date of his diagnosis.